Assalamualaikum everyone, and welcome back to Medina TV.
Pizza Hut.
We gotta eat Pizza Hut.
So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 challenges that interracial couples face, and it's something that we face as well. So before we get in the video, please click like, comment and subscribe down below.
So for our Urdu viewers, आज की वीडियो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है क्योंकि आज की वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले हैं 5 challenges जो इंटररेशियल कपल्स फेस करते हैं। और हम लोग इंटररेशियल कपल हैं, जैसे मेहदी ईसा दूसरे कल्चर से और मैं दूसरे कल्चर से हूँ। तो आज की टॉपिक में हम यही बताएंगे कि ऐसे कौन से 5 challenges हैं जो हम फेस करते हैं और हम कैसे उसको सॉल्व करते हैं। तो हम लोग इससे पहले कि वीडियो स्टार्ट करें, प्लीज लाइक, कमेंट और शेयर करना मत भूलिएगा और सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए। और अब हम वीडियो स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं।
So the first challenge we're going to talk about is language.
लैंग्वेज। तो जो सबसे पहला चैलेंज हम लोग जिसके बारे में बात करेंगे वो है लैंग्वेज।
So in our case, as an English speaker, I entered a family that speaks Urdu.
Yeah.
And so there are a few challenges associated with that, but not just for myself, but also for you. So when I'm with your family or at your house, for example, with relatives, everyone's speaking Urdu, so I don't quite know what you're saying. Now that I have some familiarity with it, I am able to pick up some of the Urdu words that you're saying.
Yeah.
The problem right now that I'm facing is I'm trying to piece together what you're saying. Sometimes my translations are completely off.
Yeah. And oh my god guys, I don't know if other interracial couples face this, but I literally feel like a human translator sometimes. Like literally, it's just so frustrating sometimes because he'll sit there and he'll be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I'll just be like, I'm talking about this topic, and he'll be like, but I heard so much stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but this is all we said. He's like, so that's all you talked about in like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And it's just so frustrating because I'm trying to summarize everything. I can't translate every line. But honestly, guys, like if you are an interracial couple watching us, please let me know down below in the comments if this is something that you face.
Yeah.
Because that's something I face all the time.
And there's like, for example, sometimes like I'll want to communicate something to your mom,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'll say it too quickly and she won't understand. So then there are times when she'll ask you in Urdu, what am I saying?
Yeah.
And so and then if you don't say it exactly the way that I'm trying to say it, then that's when the miscommunication happens.
So a lot of miscommunications do happen through this language barrier, but like if you guys have ever played the game Monkey in the Middle, that's literally how I feel sometimes.
So topic number 2 is about food.
तो हमारा जो अगला चैलेंज है जो हम फेस करते हैं एज अ कपल वो है खाना खाना
Yeah.
खाना
Kana. So the main challenge that I face is that in Pakistan they eat a lot of spicy food, and to them they think that the food I eat is bland, even saying it's hospital food, right? Because it's just so bland to them that like there's no to them there's like no seasoning, no flavor.
Seeing like just boiled vegetables with salt, that to us is sick people food.
Okay, that's not, we don't just eat boiled vegetable with salt, but like sometimes that is the case. Anyway, but in terms of like what I find unique and what I like about the food, you guys have so many spices, so many flavors. There's these masala boxes that you can flavor your meats with, barbecue, achari chicken, you got biryani masala, and you always, they make the flavor of the food so much better. All of the ingredients, they put a lot more of like fresh and different ingredients in their food, and it's really tasty. But in terms of the spice itself, it's something I've had to adjust to because you're not able to really eat.
I can't eat bland food. I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't. I am a spice eater. Like I will eat very spicy food, and I just can't eat bland. And what do you think of our appliances?
Yeah, so that's another thing. Like for example, where I'm from, we might have a few pots and pans and things, but they have a lot of different kitchen utensils. Like they have this thing called a tawa.
Tawa, yeah.
And they use that to make roti.
Roti.
And I've never really seen or used that in my house before. So It's something new, and like we have so many appliances that they stack up and even they take over the oven.
So guys, the reason why that's a challenge is because he does not like clutter, and because we have so many appliances, that's something that we do have to like manage and kind of like compromise on, because I tell him, you know, if you want good food, we need to have those appliances.
Pakistani food is worth it. So if you know, if you're in a relationship and the other person in Pakistan, the food is really good. Also, challenge number 3 is about just the culture itself and different perceptions of different things. So
the third challenge for our Urdu speakers, जो तीसरा challenge हम लोग जिसके बारे में बात करेंगे वो है cultural difference generally, कि हमारे culture में क्या मेदीसा को different लगा था जब उसने शादी मेरे से की और जब हमारे घर आया तो उसने क्या notice किया, तो हम इसी के बारे में बात करेंगे.
Okay, so I'll give an example of what I mean. So, you know, in my culture, it's more like independent. You're raised to, when you get older, you get a job, you know, you move out. Some people even pay rent in their own homes. It's viewed as like independent, like you go and, you know, develop yourself, develop your career. But it's different in your culture because the elders have more of a say in how things work, even when you're an adult. So.
Yeah, for us, it's a lot about respect. Respecting your elders, no matter what age you are. You can be 50 years old, your parent can be telling you, hey, yo, go pick that trash up, and you have to do it. Doesn't matter whether you're 50, 60, 70, doesn't matter. As long as your parent tells you that, you do it, because it's just the amount of respect you have for them. You just listen to them because of that respect.
And that, to clarify, it's not to say that we don't listen to our parents, because we are raised to respect our parents and elders, of course, but like they will have more of a say in things, even if you were an adult. Like one challenge for us was at times when you were told to do something or take certain suggestions, like I'd say like you're a grown woman, you know, you can make your own decision, you can do what you want to do, but then you're like, no, I still need permission to go into this. And that was a bit confusing, because for us, when you hit a certain age, it's like, okay, I don't really need permission to do that, I can just do what I want now.
And he's getting used to the idea of listening to elders.
And I think even from an Islamic perspective, that's how it's supposed to be. Like if parents have a very high regard and status in Islam. So challenge number 4 is, do you want to say it?
What is it?
It's staring at us. Yeah.
So for our Urdu viewers, जो चौथा challenge हम face करते हैं वो है लोगों का घूरना. घूरना means staring.
Okay.
बहुत दफा जब हम लोग बाहर जाते हैं, कहीं भी जाते हैं, तो लोग हमें घूर के देख रहे होते हैं कि ये कौन है, ये क्या चीज आ गई है. तो ये एक challenge हम लोग face करते हैं और इसके बारे में हम और बताएंगे अब.
So being like a white male, I'm just going to be completely honest, like you don't really have to worry about where you go outside, you can just go wherever. But what I've noticed, like before we were married, right, even when we were at school, I would notice at times there would be people who would stare at us being together, like working together, whatever. And at first it did make me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I kind of understood why they were doing that.
For me, honestly, you can walk right past me and I'll know you and I won't see you. I promise.
Yeah.
I'm not ignoring you. I think I legit have a problem. I just don't notice my surroundings. So the reason why this is a challenge for me is not because I notice people staring at me, it's because I notice no one and this person notices everyone. So it's so frustrating, because he like I'll be sitting around doing nothing and then he'll be like, that person just made a comment, that person was just staring at us, and I'll be like, so what? Why are you telling me? I don't care, let them stare.
I guess you could say I'm a bit more observant of those kind of things.
He's very observant, guys. He's very observant. He notices everything, and I notice nothing.
But I think there are ways around it. Firstly, what I found is from being married is that if you love a person, you shouldn't really care what anyone else thinks except for ourselves. So with our relationship, I feel comfort with you where when we go outside, I don't really care what people think.
Alhamdulillah. I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah, and another thing that I've done is that before I'd be like more observant looking around. Sometimes when you can kind of get that sense that someone's like staring at you or making a face or whatever, I just try to keep looking forward and not really paying attention to it as much. It's something that you can develop into a habit and not worry as much, but yeah, so
I mean, I wouldn't know, because guys, I really don't notice anyone. Alhamdulillah, the way we coped with this issue is I just have to keep reminding him that, you know, it doesn't matter what the world thinks.
yeah,
What matters is what we think of one another.
that's the
it.
main thing.
That's
That's
it.
all that matters.
And we just have to be supportive towards one another, and that's it. Who cares what the world thinks? And for our Urdu viewers, क्या परवाह है, दुनिया जो भी कहती है उन्हें कहने दें. आप लोग अपनी चीज करें.
Cheese curry?
हाँ,
Huh?
हाँ.
What's cheese curry?
Means you do your thing.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Cheese curry.
चीज करें.
Yeah.
cheddar cheese करें.
Cheddar cheese? Okay, I'm going off topic now.
Anyway, so the fifth challenge, would you
Challenge number 5
like
is...
and I think this is the most difficult,
This is the most difficult for sure, is
most frustrating too.
family disagreeing with
So,
our relationship.
For our Urdu viewers, जब आपकी फैमिली डिसएग्री करती है कि आप दो अलग अलग कल्चर से हैं, जैसे मेहदी ईसा और मैं दो अलग कल्चर से हैं, तो फैमिलीज काफ़ी इश्यूज बनाती हैं कि यू नो कि आप दोनों अलग हैं, आप दोनों सेम नहीं हैं. मेरी फैमिली बहुत सपोर्टिव है, लेकिन मेहदी ईसा की फैमिली इतनी सपोर्टिव नहीं है.
Yeah, so in my process of you know, becoming part of your family, getting married, everything, my family hasn't really been in the picture. They didn't really agree with our marriage. So like I said, there is the challenge of one person from that side coming into a whole different culture and having to not only learn a new religion, but learn, like, you know, experience the culture and learn the rules of that culture and how to fit in.
Yeah.
And thankfully, alhamdulillah, your family has been very welcoming and supportive to me. But it's not, like, to be honest, it's not the easiest thing when, you know, your family's like disagreeing with your decision.
Yeah, and for me the challenge was, like, I've grown up in an environment where I always thought I was gonna end up with a person and an in-law, like in-laws, you know?
Live with them.
Live with in-laws, yeah. Never thought I would get married into, like, you know, with a person and I won't have in-laws. I never ever perceived that. So this is something definitely very different for me, and that's something that I've had to adjust to with you, because it was a challenge for me, knowing that my in-laws dislike this decision of ours. So it does get really frustrating sometimes, but you know.
Inshallah, I make dua from, like, my family, that hopefully that they'll come around at some point. So the overall message that we would take away from this is, you know, if you're going to be in an interracial relationship, there are certain challenges that you will have to encounter. But what I would say is, if you really love that person, you'll go through all these obstacles and try to make things work out.
And guys, always remember that after marriage, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts a different kind of love in your hearts for your spouse. So you'll notice that your heart just, like, it almost feels like you can't live without your spouse. They feel like they're a part of you. So, you know, just having that belief that, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gotten you guys together and He has made it happen so that you guys can be together. You know that it's Allah's will, it's Allah's plan, and you go with that, you'll know that, you know, you can solve any problem you face.
Yeah.
And that's usually how we get through our challenges.
For sure.
So for our Urdu viewers, basically हम लोग इन challenges को ऐसे face करते हैं कि हमें पता है कि अल्लाह ताला ने हमें एक दूसरे के लिए बनाया है और अल्लाह ताला ने हमें एक दूसरे का साथ दिया है इस दुनिया में. तो हमें पता है कि अल्लाह ताला का ही plan है और इसी plan में हमें खुश रहना चाहिए. So that is the end of our video. And I hope you benefited from this video, or you learned something new about what interracial couples may face as a challenge. I'm not sure if other interracial couples have the same challenges as us, but this is something that we personally faced as a couple. So
if you guys like this video, click the like button, comment, and subscribe down below.
And remember, we post videos
every Sunday.
इतवार. हम हर इतवार को वीडियो पोस्ट करते हैं, तो प्लीज ट्यून इन करें अगले हफ्ते.
अगले हफ्ते. Every week. Got it.
Yeah. तो अब के लिए अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.